back up Selfmade in any of those bottom side of the map invades that they go for, trying to make dragon plays.
All right, so Graves comes through as the premier jungle pickup. Now, Nidalee is still up, and that's what TSM first picked the first time around. They fought Fnatic, so certainly that's around, but it does allow Whippo to play a match damage top laner, Nemesis can play match damage mid laner, and you still got the damage sort of disparity there, right? You can't just stack MR or armor because the other side comes through. So we are going to get the two most prized junglers at Worlds this year. Nidalee is, I believe, the #1 most prized champion at the World Championship. That's going to go over easily to Spica. I love the Kayn hover because he made his TSM debut playing the often unseen no evolve Kayn for 25 minutes. Has gotten better since then, and we continue TSM style of playing through top lane. Broken Blade on the Camille. She has been an absolutely huge top laner throughout Worlds this year.
Memers on both sides, Freak. Honestly, too, the Camille pickup here is fairly bold because they haven't thrown any top lane bans. Set the only one that could be considered as being taken away from that pool. You know, Renekton's still available into the Camille. Lots of options for Fnatic, and they could you know, opt to go either way. Do you want to go team fighting with an Ornn style? Do you want to take it with the skill matchup with Broken Blade and have that fight? I think that's what everybody wants to see. Whippo versus Broken Blade throwing down with carry champs.
Well, Renekton and Volibear top my list of champions that are possibly played in that lane. Regardless, Senna comes through right away here for Reckless, his most played of the split. Double if second most here as well. I'm curious if we're going to see TSM Rush pick a priority support, something like a Bard down here for Biofrost. That can help keep him pretty safe, as well as give the team some engage. I'm curious what comes through, or if they need a counter pick to Orianna like a Syndra.
Yeah, and the Senna pick is not surprising at all for Fnatic. Reckless has stated multiple times that Selfmade is the one to be the main carry for this team. So more supportive AD carry there, brings healing to the Graves, and they finally did get their Graves victory, as they were so excited about on social media. That was definitely kind of a benchmark for them, even though his previous Grave games had been so well executed by him. Let's take a look though. The Galio Camille combination. This is one where you can make picks around the map. You can also back up your jungler. The Analystess, I thought, had a really nice segment on how Galio is about an extra backup for your jungler. We used to have previous memes of different iterations at Worlds where mid laners would have junglers as their third summoner spell, and the tables have turned, my friend, when you lock in Galio. Now Nidalee gets to go for those aggressive invades, probably towards the top side, towards the Camille, and you have Galio ult to back you up, give you that confidence to go for the all-in.
Yeah, this time Bjergsen is the ward, the jungler is the star here. Ezreal coming through, and I'm going to find it very interesting. Yeah, it's a real big ward. It has a knock-up, a magic damage shield. Are we going to see more engage bans? Because right now, with the Fnatic top 3 picks, there aren't good team fight starters. And unless you're going to outsplit push the Camille, which there are picks that can do it, such as Jax, Renekton, you can see the more prized ban right here. I do want to see if Whippo just finds another engaged champion, like maybe a Malphite, if the duty falls to Hylissang on, say a Bard or an Alistar or a Rakan, or what the lineup actually looks like on Fnatic's side.
Yeah, as you kind of alluded to earlier, the Volibear is probably most likely for the side of Fnatic right now, but we are hoping for a little bit of spice. We know this team definitely has extra tricks that they have practiced. Sport Pan comes through here, no more Rakan available. Biofrost will not get to pick that one up first. TSM do have their pick of the litter, though. They could go something like a Leona and just go really hard on this pick comp for hard engage. Ooh, and I'd like it, honestly. That just gives you so many tools, plus taking away one of the possibilities of hard engage from Fnatic.
Of all the comps to play KaiSser, and I'm going to keep shilling for KaiSser this World Championship, this is a good one for it. You have a lot of CC that's going to land, and your whole squad wants to dive. Doublelift is a good KaiSser player. She is buffed. I think she's strong enough to play, and it would fit the comp of dive someone on backline and knock them down. It's easy to dodge all the Senna skill shots and whatnot, and we're going to get a defensive support here out of Hylissang. As he continues every single time. Oh, isn't it so sad? He can't hover Orianna this game. Every game, he hovers Draven and Orianna. Alliteration. He goes to Olaf. We got close.
There you go.
There you go. He spelled out. Now we need the I. Where's the Aurelia? Okay, we didn't go all the way. That's fine. But we get the Volibear in all
right.
the same, the pick we expected.
Yeah, they don't really need to throw Spice right now. Like we said, Fnatic are the advantage team coming into this, sitting up there at the top of the group, tied with the rest of the members. TSM are the ones that are in a must-win situation. Freak, they're giving you a shout-out. They at least gave you the shout-out, you know?
I got so excited when we got that KaiSser hover. I don't know if it's a Bwipo call it or not, but regardless, Jin gonna come through, and it's the other side of, hey, we want to dive and kill your backline. Jin is more set up for the hard engage, as opposed to being part of the engage.
And follow-up.
Of course it is follow-up. The assassination's not bad there.
Yep, definitely like it. Okay, so TSM, they are going back to the types of compositions that did really get them here. They're looking for aggressive plays. They want to be the aggressors. They want to be the ones forcing these decisions on Fnatic. Fnatic, though, have gotten some very nice matchups for themselves. Bwipo, I think, will feel very comfortable on this Volibear. Nemesis has actually stepped up a lot for this team. I think that's one of the areas that people were initially looking at for Fnatic, being a little bit worried coming in summer, but he has performed really well so far at Worlds. And it's going to be about where will Selfmade go? Can he hard carry?
All right, quick fist bump. Excellently executed there between the two head coaches. Nicely done. We've seen, flubs before, so well done.
What's your ranking system for fist bumps? Do you go with stars or thumbs up?
Ooh, thumbs up, because you got to keep the hand metaphor going.
Fair enough.
So I think that's a double thumbs up for me. I'd like to see a thumbs up fist bump at some point. I think that'd be pretty exciting. But regardless, speaking of exciting, it is an incredible battle here. Fnatic have only failed getting out of groups at Worlds once back in 2014, which was one of the only times TSM actually did. Then they fought Samsung White, and it was a travesty in the quarterfinal. But the point being that Fnatic have time and time and time and time again played excellently. Their last two World Championships were only cut short by the World Champion. Fnatic have been good year over year over year with roster changes. Caps went to G2, Broxah went to Team Liquid, and they have continued to be excellent on the Rift. And Fnatic in 2020 are yet another version of this. Once again, back in the LEC finals, once again, tied for first place now in the group, poised to get out here. TSM, it's a 0-3 start for them. Team Liquid have already been eliminated on that 3-3 record. TSM must win every game today to make it into the top 8. Fnatic would be the first opponent in that chain. They've still got Gen G and LGD afterwards, but we will get ourselves out of the Rift for the first game of the day, and TSM is hoping there's going to be at least 7.
This game has so much going for it right now, freaks. So much extra pressure here, because as much as TSM's backs are against the wall and it's a must-win game for them, Fnatic also really, really, really want that first seed coming out of the group. That gives you so much more momentum moving on through the tournament. And considering the way that the tournament is organized, dodging the first seeds from the other groups will give you such a big chance at moving deep into the tournament.
And we already know 2 of the first seeds so far. Suning already topped the group with G2 in it, and we've already seen that Damwon, though they only went 5-1, topped Group B as well. Those are the teams that you would dodge by getting first place in this group. In a 4-way tie, which is theoretically possible, TSM could get first as well, though I'm not holding my breath for that one. I would probably asphyxiate. But we've still got ourselves an exciting battle. TSM fighting for survival. Fnatic fighting for topping the group here, 2-1 versus 0-3. The last time these two teams fought, it was close, but Fnatic made better plays throughout the game and came away with the victory. Now we get to watch the rematch.
All right, level 1 here from Fnatic going pretty well as they do get the deep ward down for themselves. I do want to highlight the jungle matchup specifically for these two teams. Spica has been just what TSM needed in the jungle. Rookie player has been outstanding for them. Meanwhile, he's going up against a star player in Selfmade who has been front and center leading Fnatic to victory after victory. And I actually think that it deserves a little bit of a deeper dive here. While we don't have any action, we also don't have any sweepers going on, so probably no late invades. And we can go into a deeper discussion on how the current jungle meta arose and why we're seeing so much of these power clears of Graves in Italy.
Yeah.
Because it comes down to kind of jungle theory at its most basic essence. the saying time is money is especially true for junglers, Freak.
Yeah.
Because, laners, as a laner yourself, you get minion waves that come to you every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Guaranteed golden experience that are going to come your way, whereas junglers, yeah, exactly. Where junglers, you have to travel to your camps, to your objectives, and make these choices. So efficiency is your highest priority, and you're constantly being judged on that. The best junglers in the world, they'll create advantages for themselves, both by increasing their own efficiencies in these ways, by playing their paths for their camps, for their objectives, and reducing their opponent's possible options. That is through counter jungling and controlling the vision. Because if you counter jungle one of these camps, which both of them are currently clearing their own side camps, and you do it without the opponent being aware, they don't get a chance to alter their path and make up for that lost time. I think the biggest fallacy I've seen some of the weaker junglers fall into is excess travel time and losing out that way. Because if you try to explain the rise of Graves and Nidalee and the power clears in laner terms, it's kind of like if I give you the option, Freak, of increasing your minion spawn time to every 20 seconds instead of every 30 seconds.
Sounds good.
You take that every time.
Yeah.
You get guaranteed golden experience. That's basically what Graves and Nidalee actually get to do. And these champions are able to utilize the pressure of their laners to go then create those extra opportunities and take them away from their opponents. Selfmade now looking after the full clear level 4 double buff Graves towards bottom side.
All right, we'll get spotted out by the Trinket Ward put down about 40 seconds ago. TSM sussing out a likely full clear. And at the end of the day, it is going to be a 1 camp difference right now. I believe bottom scuttle should be a formality there for the Nidalee, but has left up her Gromp through her pathing so far through the jungle. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy claim, and we're back at 6-6. Selfmade walking through another Trinket Ward. And so it'll be easy for Bjergsen to know this is happening, and he will kite back. 5 CS lead right now for Nemesis, with 4 left to farm. Bjergsen will get close to this mark, but the casters can be difficult, but looks like Bjergsen's in a decent spot.
And again, looking at the travel time for these junglers, not wasting any for each of them. Both of them getting off the full clear, splitting scuttle crabs. This is kind of what you expect when you have fairly decently even lanes and a Graves Nidalee matchup. They get to choose their options. There's no hard commit from a Graves Nidalee seeing each other. It's usually a stare down unless one of them has a big brush advantage.
A small chance for some pressure on the top side. Broken Blade had a Trinket Ward that would see if there was a Graves gank, but the wave was in front of his turret. Want to credit Whippo for getting a pretty early recall off, teleportless, and getting 2 Doran's items. You can see the health bar still getting worn down. Broken Blade low on mana with a biscuit to give him another rotation of spells, but Whippo overall up in farm, catching up now at level 5 as well. Broken Blade might have a pretty hard time bullying him any further in this lane. Yeah,
and this is one of the reasons why we just expected the Volibear, right? Really good trading power here. Building up a slow push on a minion wave is an opportunity also to call your jungler. Broken Blade does go for the trade in the minion wave, is going to push Whippo back. This is an opportunity. That's plenty of minions to try and keep in front of your tower, try and deny some of these minions to Whippo and get a little bit back here. We'll probably see the teleport come out from Whippo. He's going to only now have to worry about Nidalee's positioning. Because the junglers have been power clearing, there hasn't been any of that extra intelligence gathering, any of the extra information, and he's going to have to be very careful with his warding, which you can see on the minimap. Places the control ward and the trinket ward, so even if Nidalee hopped over the back of that Baron pit, would be seen by the control ward and has the trinket ward in Tribrush. Whippo covering all bases.
Yeah, so that was an interesting game between the 2 top laners here. Oh, this is a big play on the bottom side. A lot of CC coming back and forth. Reckless going to be okay. Now Biofrost with the W on is going to be stunned, and now as all the durability drops off, he'll take some decent damage. End of the day, though, shield comes up for Hylissang. He's going to be pretty safe. And Selfmade, right in front of Spica, is trolling this Drake. Information not gathered. Good sneak, good play. Selfmade, not only do they have a 300 gold lead, but first Drake goes to Fnatic as well.
Yep, self-made dragon right there is able to do it all himself. Gets right in the back there. Spica has been waiting very patiently for another aggressive move, but the big minion wave pushing away from Double Lift and Biofrost here means that there's probably not going to be any more aggressive moves from Hylissang Reckless. Brahm's not going to randomly all in there. And so that is one of those discrepancies we talked about much earlier on in wasted time, wasted travel time, and efficiency of the junglers. Self-made with a big objective for Fnatic, and TSM starting to lose out in some of the gold.
Okay, so once again, look at the game state. 300 gold lead plus the Drake. Self-made still very clearly running through the jungle with no problems. Gets the top scuttle, gonna make Bwipo feel a little bit safer. TP finally comes through now for Broken Blade. I was gonna talk about how long can the top laner delay their recall. Yeah, it might mean there's a desync around a dragon at some point in time, but it also allows you to get a bigger item spike. So Tiamat comes through for Broken Blade, should allow a lot of pressure there. Hylissang will eventually match his own recall because his health bar is so low, but he's able to catch the wave and keep it in front of the turret so that Rekkles is not denied everything.
And Bwipo with the more defensive of the two options for deep wards for top laners after moving up, or Broken Blade, excuse me. Now, you can try and put it over that wall to see blue buff and Gromp at the same time. It's a lot more likely that that one gets swept. This one behind in that little brush that was added to Summoner's Rift basically just sees if they're trying to pull off that tricky gank route towards you that's right through the river. It, however, does not protect you against lane ganks.
Nice little ward there. Good spot by the spectators. Yep, nice deep ward by Fnatic. He's going to spot some of Spica's movements as well. We'll almost always see him go towards Raptors. Depends on the pathing, but a lot of times it will still do so. Bjergsen wants to fight for a ward. Nemesis wants to fight him off of it. TSM nearby, though, could fight a 3v2 if this happens. And they're now going to spot Hylissang. He's going to put down a slow. A Javelin's not going to do too much to him. He can put up shield, no problem. So ward gets killed, but out they go as farm goes back and forth in the bottom side of the map. No one's going to be in that rush, and Selfmade still efficiently, you can see right now, right, 11 CS up. That's a 2-3 camp lead. You talked about timing and efficiency. Not only does he have that Drake, but he's got more than normal camps as well.
And this is the time period where Fnatic want to focus on purely efficiency, on more defensive play, because Galio ult is ready, teleport's used.
Play. They're going for it right now with Bjergsen. Is it going to be enough now to re-engage? Looking at who they can fight, and Bjergsen, he's now surrounded. Flash the shockwave, gets right back out when he came in. TP's traded back and forth. The man loses his flash, and no play is made in the bottom side.
Yeah, flash is definitely an important summoner spell for Galio, but Bjergsen pretty happy to get out of that one as he was behind enemy lines without another way to escape. And the ultimate shockwave there being used by Nemesis does give a small cooldown back. However, now there are opportunities for Fnatic to attack mid lane Galio. No summoner spells on Bjergsen. So not only can you try and pressure this Galio, yes, maybe a best situation you come up with a kill on the Galio. You can also just try and pressure him through his health bar, and he has no teleport to get back to lane and start to just build up this Orianna, who scales so nicely for your team fights, bringing that utility as well as damage later on.
Absolutely. So Predator Boots, Mercury Treads, the whole kit there for Bjergsen. We'll see if he can roam around anymore, but as you're mentioning, yes, the Orianna scaling gonna be an important thing. Bwipo still winning his lane one-on-one, up 12 CS over Broken Blade in a fairly undisturbed matchup. He's grown himself an early lead. Still feels like it's going to eventually scale Camille's way, though I will say Conqueror is a better scaling rune.
Yeah, definitely agree. Camille definitely has a lot of options as you move around, and a lot of the options come from your team play. We talked about in Champ Select, TSM, drafting, Leona, Galio, Camille. These are three champions built for these rotations, built for picks across the map. Problem for TSM is that Fnatic have been very good at not exposing themselves to some of these options. Now, as you see the game progress and we start to get more and more of tower damage and whittling down and opening up the map, those types of plays will be more prevalent. But thus far, I think Fnatic have actually played this early game extremely well, considering some of these options that TSM are looking for. Galio Ultimate is ready still for Bjergsen, and that's why you can see Spica and Biofrost linking up. You want to aggressively use Leona Nidalee combinations, especially in scenarios like this where you've got a Galio to back them up.
A little bit of bravery there from Biofrost. Flashless, walked in the jungle to clear a ward that was swept, so there was no vision, but no one around to stop him. Gets to walk away, sweeps, sees everyone else, and pieces out. But now, you talk about the laning phase, it's now a 1,000 gold lead to Fnatic. They are winning just in the laning phase. They're on the dragon as soon as it spawns. Selfmade is there, and the rest of his team, you can see how far up they are playing. They're pushing TSM back, and there is no way in for TSM right now. Fnatic absolutely in command of the first 12 minutes of this game. They are at 2 Drakes already. The Soul would be at 22 minutes. And if TSM cannot find the way into this game, this is going to be over pretty quickly.
Yeah, quite a nice pace here for Fnatic, taking advantage of that reset timer really, really well. Selfmade once again, no hesitation on these objectives, is able to push it right through for Fnatic. Some of this deep vision clearing could get dangerous for them as, again, TSM have the opportunity to try and close that trap. Leona ultimate and Galio ultimate are ready, but since they've started up the Rift Herald on the top side of the map, looks like they aren't going to go for the bottom play. Here comes a rotation from Fnatic.
Orianna Rome going to find a shockwave on a bio. Process keep walking away. Selfmade's here, flashes in, gets the first blood. Now a play on the top side. I've seen this before. This time it's going to work out, though. TSM get a kill back. More money over to Fnatic thanks to first blood, though.
All right, Selfmade looking to punish. We'll speak of face check him. Graves' burst damage is immense from a brush position. Good ward.
Ult, too. Selfmade didn't have to ult to get the kill on a Biofrost, so he has full power here. Look at the play. There's the first attack. Now, will there be reinforcements? It's Bjergsen over the top, finds the slam. Will look for Hylissang, flashes away, and can't find the taunt. The Q is going to be enough. Speaking against the auto, and Dark Harvest finds him a kill.
Finally, TSM are able to use that Galio ultimate and Fnatic bite off a little bit more than they can chew on the top side. They'll still be pretty happy with getting that kill onto Biofrost, but TSM up 2-1 in kills now did get slightly more gold for themselves considering they took down Bwipo first. And we'll see if they can try and stack on this play because you start to count the flashes. Selfmade and Hylissang now, the two roaming players for Fnatic, are a little bit more vulnerable, don't have their flashes if they do get caught.
Speak is still clearing through right now, not a big problem onto him as still the 800 gold difference remains and 3 minutes are until the Ocean Drake spawns. Ocean Soul obviously going to be pretty good. TSM fairly bursty, but these type of team fights can be hard. We can watch that top lane 2v1 again.
And this is, even with missing the spear there, they're not able to chain stun into spear, still get the kill. Senna ultimate came over through. Not able to finish that one off. There was the counter kill, though, that did go down.
Nice attempt by Rex to help the one out. No CDR yet, so waiting for the ult to still come back. It's a pretty long one at rank 1. Still a good attempt, and we'll see then if the TSM top lane pressure can go through. We, of course, have the Tiamat rush coming through for Camille, which does delay the 1v1 power, but it lets you play the lane, and it lets you roam away, right? You can fight for the wave more reliably, get down somewhere else, maybe try to gank an Orianna whenever she's flashless. Might see that one come through. The gold deficit shrinks to 500 from the TSM side off the 2 kills they've gotten. And Fnatic still have that Drake lead, which is a concern. And, of course, a great thing on the Fnatic side. First Herald was never taken this game. Plates have dropped, and very few were killed overall.
And you're seeing just why Broken Blade went for the Tiamat here. You know, he knows that after that kill, he's going to have priority over Bwipo, and he uses it to quickly clear this, this minion wave and look for the play.
Looking for it now, forces the flash out of Nemesis. He's not going to go for the shockwave. Bjergsen, his flash is back up, so can easily use that to get away from a play. Ultimately, nothing really going to happen aside from the flash burn, but now with it down, the repeat gank could happen. Of course, Leona, level 6 for Biofrost, could find that snipe, and the dive could happen. Camille would have to walk down, so would Bwipo. They have teleport, but they can both stop each other's if they're in vision.
Yep, everybody has teleports available, but because you see Braum here roaming down to the bottom side for Fnatic, looks like they're making the call to give up the Rift Herald and push heavily on that bottom turret. Since there's no more turret plates, they could actually push pretty quickly on that turret. You know, second Rift Herald isn't as big as a difference as number 1.
Mid lane being cleared away now by Reckless. We know the Drake is up in 115, and it means that it's now time for both teams to care about the bottom river. It's last call on recalls, and it's time to show up in the lanes, get priority, get ward control, and fight over this Drake. TSM cannot really afford to give Soul Point over at 16 minutes. Fnatic would, of course, love that, and you can see them setting up. Bot lane pushed in. You already have Selfmade walking around, waiting to fight Scuttle. That's going to guarantee vision around any Drake attempt for either side. And Fnatic are in control right now.
I think TSM need to be looking for a possible teleport ward there for Broken Blade so that they can set up looking for a team fight victory. Not necessarily going for, you know, a steal on the Dragon and chancing a 50-50 or something like that. Much more, you need to coordinate your hard engage. Galio, Camille, Leona, we've been talking it up so much. It has to shine at this Dragon fight. 25 seconds left away, though. Bwipo trying to get some damage down onto Broken Blade.
Broken Blade finds himself stunned. Does have a level lead right now. Bwipo's shield going to be on cooldown if they go for the repeat fight. Nice little extra lightning damage coming through, and they're not going to trade too much. But now the bottom river goes to TSM's way. They've got most of the group stacked in. You've got the Fnatic duo lane coming now through the jungle, spotted by a ward. Good sweeper by Hylissang, get rid of that one. Is there now to be a re-engage? Looks like Predator was popped, won't find it, but TSM going to go for this play. Recall's coming through now, and the TP is first for Bwipo. Fnatic will outnumber TSM for about 5 seconds. When does Camille join? When does she show up? Right now, it's Selfmade attacking this Drake inside the pit, jumping back over. Camille TP comes through. Is there going to be an engage? When does TSM pull the trigger? When does Fnatic go for it? Speaking now inside the pit, going for this play. Fnatic waiting in the wings. Whippo showing towards Broken Blade. Shockwave combo going for the kill. They might pick him down. He's going to try to get away, and he cannot. Plus the steal for Selfmade. Fnatic get everything.
Oh my goodness, Freak. That is a sweep for Fnatic. Are you kidding me? They make the play onto Broken Blade, and Selfmade also finds the steal. What a huge mid-game victory here for Fnatic. Their pace for an Ocean Soul is so quick, and with the kill onto Broken Blade, they also got the bottom turret. Rift Herald going down in answer, not even taking the mid one for TSM. That is huge.
Bjergsen didn't even ult for the magic shield, just got the kill cleanly. Now the flash engage looking for Spica. This could be an easy kill. Flash away, it's not going to matter. Hylissang grabs his kill, and suddenly Bjergsen's alone, 1v3 out of the turret. Not gonna survive this one. Ghost of Knock gets away from the shockwave, but will not find the trade kill until Biofrost shows up. That is a fight you still take as Fnatic. It's 2-1. They are on Soul Point, and they have complete control of this game.
Holy moly. All right, Biofrost does find a Solar Flare pickup kill at the end, but it feels like an overwhelming wave of Fnatic victories right here in the past couple of minutes, Freak. Now they are free to also push these waves out. Whippo, I'm pretty sure you could just stick around and finish off that turret. Let's take another look at this. TSM, they go for the 50-50, and he's able to get it. Selfmade with the steal. He has controlled every dragon from extremely early on in this game.
And now Fnatic get their second turret to 0. You can see the gold lead 3,500 at 18.5 minutes. This is a massive lead for the Fnatic squad. One of the European sweethearts, so far so good. Half their teams have gotten out of group. Fnatic rarely, if ever, fail. It's been pretty much 5 years running of getting out of groups, the ones they didn't attend notwithstanding. And now, looking poised to dash the North American hopes. Liquid failed at 3-3. TSM about to drop out. If they make 0-4, there is no way back in. Fnatic could deal the death blow to the second LCS team so far at Worlds.
And something really stuck with me with the interviews of the Team Liquid players after their kind of resurgence in Week 2, where they said, you know, at this point, we've got nothing left to lose. We need to play aggressive. We need to play proactively. We need to throw out these plays. And that's something that could come in really handy with the TSM team that they've drafted here. Their composition relies around aggressive Camille, Galio, Leona plays, and they just have not found those. They only found the one sort of reactive defensive Galio ultimate towards top side, and Fnatic now have been able to push themselves up to a nice, comfortable position in this game. You see TSM looking without a lot of extra vision control for possible side lane plays. At this point in the game, yes, you do have options. Maybe have somebody trail Broken Blade as a split pusher and pull off a surprise 2v1, try and get a quick kill there, and then transition it over to a roam.
And down goes the mid lane wave. Ruckus getting the pressure onto this one. There's a small 5-meter double lift, but that's a pretty small saving grace for TSM. They've got a lot of work to do to get back into this game, and it's going to happen in about 1.5 minutes. Ocean Soul is going to be pretty unlosable at 22 minutes. The regen's pretty front-loaded. The scaling's not so good overall, so that early game is going to really hamper TSM's chances at finding any kills for the rest of this game. They must be able to fight over this one. And Spica nearly caught out, will not be found. Hylissang's ultimate's not going to land. Flash is not burned on either side. Mid lane turret under fire, not quite going to fall. Hylissang still walking up. Turret finally drops. Will there be an engage? It's in for Biofrost, taking 1 million damage. Flashed away, stays alive. Galio comes in, finds a knock-up onto 3. Is there enough damage, though? In the back lane goes Whippo, finds the first kill. The second goes to Nemesis. Bjergsen runs for the hills and is taken down. A 3-0 fight for Fnatic.
And they could take more than that as well, Freak. All right, it's going to be resets for Fnatic. They get Scuttle Crab. They can push it out. That was TSM's chance. They take down mid lane turret. They do get the objective, but Fnatic vengeance is swift. They cut down 3 members. There are stopwatches on the side of Fnatic, so they now have more options for defense. for the hard engage that TSM are bringing. Originally, Biofrost goes right in, Hylissang instantly stopwatches, so the extra damage actually is felt by the TSM side as Biofrost is taken down. Whippo then goes in for the kill. He stopwatches as well while Broken Blade goes down. And those purchases, those mid-game stopwatches, those seconds of immunity, Freak, those mean so much for these team fights. Those are the deciding factors that mean Fnatic don't lose either of their frontline members. And if you look at Orianna, well, Nemesis has a stopwatch as well for this fight.
And here comes the attempt. Good flash for Double, keeps himself alive. He's saving it all those years for that moment, but is it going to be enough? Ocean Drake is alive, 4,000 health left. Whippo takes some damage. This is a fight TSM must find a way to win. Whippo takes the first few shots. Gonna lose some health here. Final shot comes through for Double, puts him at half. And the Smite fight is here yet again. Can he make it happen? Gotta get in there. Gonna be an Ocean Soul claimed by Fnatic. And now it's time for TSM to fight, but is it going to be enough? They haven't gotten a single kill yet. And already Bjergsen goes down. Broken Blade to follow. It's 3. It's time for 4. And it's time to fly home for TSM. Spica runs his way as fast as he can, but plane flights are faster. A triple kill for Nemesis. TSM basically out of worlds.
Yep, that is a soul for Fnatic. They can take Baron at their leisure. They can push bottom side at the same time. They have full control of Summoner's Rift.
Fnatic are looking to win this group, and so far they will be the first team to get to 3 wins. They'll have 2 more matches today. This one's almost unlosable. A 25 stack Magi's for Nemesis, reunited with Selfmade this year, and that's going to be a clean and easy Baron as well. Fnatic, heavy favorites now to close this game out.
Yep, you said it earlier, Freak. The only time Fnatic failed to get out of groups was 2014. Consider the times that they were at Worlds, and it looks like they are also going to get out in 2020. Let's take another look at that fight, though. TSM know this is the soul that you got to throw the Hail Mary. So Spica, he hits the spear and he jumps in. Maybe he could get it in range. Doesn't quite cover it, though. With Ocean Soul region now picked up, Whippo doesn't even go down in the thick of things. Heals right back up inside the team fight. Fnatic chasing down every last kill.
And ultimately for TSM, never got enough resources, it felt like, towards Broken Blade to play through topside. Mid, lost lane, bot went close, and over again, Fnatic got more done. Selfmade, to me, is the best jungler in this group. He is outstanding. 2 years the full pro, 1 year on SK, now here with Fnatic. Again, reunited with Nemesis from the underleagues, and so far so good. He has been exceptional, has done so much work for the squad. The first Drake sneak, the second Drake steal, and now the re-engage. Once again, TSM gonna try their hardest, but Reckless gets out. Galio dunk over the top, only gonna find the tank. He'll be rooted up, he'll be taken down. Selfmade, of course, again. Finds himself a kill, looking for win number 2 on Graves all time. As it's time to run away now from Whippo. He is on the chase, he has found the stun. He's gonna find the follow through on the double lift. And Whippo is on a rampage, 14-3 the kill score. Fnatic knocking on TSM's door.
Yep, and you know what? They're gonna break the door in one knock, Freak. Punching right through that sucker. The inhibitor turret is down, the inhibitor short to follow, and they wanna finish now.
All right, Fnatic, the fight is yours to look for the first seed out of the group and dodge the stronger teams at Worlds. It's time to knock down Nexus turret number 1. Will TSM even fight over number 2? A stopwatch for Broken Blade. He will still be stunned despite the ult. Gets back to the fountain. Stays alive for a second. Shockwave secures the kill regardless. Nemesis 9-0-6. Let's add a 10th for good measure. A stopwatch for Bjergsen. Pad the KDAs. Send them home with even more deaths for good measure. Fnatic eliminate TSM from the quarterfinals. They topped the group so far in Group C. And with 2 more teams to get vengeance on, Fnatic hope to make as deep a run as they have before.
Fnatic opening up the day, coming out swinging. Look at Whippo.
Yeah.
Elated. Absolute control here from Fnatic.
And it's a sad, another page in the TSM chapter of disappointment in international competition. TSM have won the LCS so many times. Doublelift has 8 domestic trophies. Once again, fails to get out, but the story is more on Fnatic. Reckless been on that team since 2014. One split notwithstanding on elements, and regardless, it is a team that has revolved through mid laners, revolved through junglers, and they have just been excellent for so long. Easily a top 2 European team in the history of League of Legends, 2011 world champions. I will still claim that as true. And though they have lived somewhat in G2's shadow, they can very easily break that one here this year. See if they can make that 5-1 run in the group stage and get back to a world final, something like that.
And they're one of the teams that really early on this year fully embraced playing around and playing for the jungler, and they've been rewarded for it. They've played this strategy for a lot longer than some of the other teams that have arrived here at Worlds. And with Nemesis stepping up recently, mid lane being incredibly important, obviously, that does go a long way to bolstering the hopes here of Fnatic fans for a deep drive.
Yeah, I gotta say, Fnatic definitely stepping up at Worlds. Well played so far, and we'll see if they can hold on to that #1 spot in the groups. They still have Gen G and LGD to play throughout the day. Now let's check out Fnatic's Mercedes drive to victory. That fight around the 4th Ocean Drake.
And this one here is another look at it as Selfmade gets right in on the Dragon. They pick it up, and then they're able to turn the fight as well. We get a little restart as we're going to the correct drive. Took a little U-turn here, Freak. Another Dragon. I think it might be a Dragon compilation.
Yeah, it's just the same one again.
Okay. So we take another U-turn. And we're right back on track. Here's the initiation here. Broken Blade goes super deep into the backline onto Selfmade and Nemesis, trying to take down the carries of Fnatic. But they do peel effectively, with the extra sustain that we talked about, Ocean Soul being picked up. That is one of those situations where going for the smite fight, that smite actually means everything in this, because if you can deny that smite to Fnatic, then maybe you actually have a chance in that team fight, but not getting it, there's a huge boost in power for the Soul immediately in combat, in your hands right there.
Overall, well played the Fnatic. Of course, way better execution in team fights. For a lot of these, the gold was close, but clearly the fights never were. So Fnatic, by far the better team. 2-0-1 TSM in the group stage. We'll see how much farther they can go here at Worlds 2020. Now, while we wait for Game 2, listen to Bring Home the Glory on the official League of Legends official playlist during the Spotify song break.